market is not doing anything right now. It's just kind of, it's very interesting. We had this little bullish impulse here, and then they failed to go higher, and then now we have this little bearish impulse, but again, they are failing to push price lower right now. I'm short because on the 1 minute we had this bearish bias, so that's what I'm short on. Having like a 1-to-1 here, maybe a little bit tighter here. Maybe I get out at the 60s here. But we're just following what bias is doing. Weaknesses here. We don't really need any other indicators on the chart. We have the indicator. We're running with a state quality intensity on, balance sensitivity, and that's it. It just works on any ticker or any time frame automatically. So you don't have to do any setting adjustment like you do on other tools. Okay, this is looking better. This red candle here is showing us weakness. Let's see if it holds. Let's see if it can push through these lows. Alright, so there's no reason to be long right now, so we're just going to be short. Bearish weakness here. Now, in these after hour trading here, it's hard to get big moves past like key levels, so we won't anticipate much here. We're just gonna quickly grab one, and now this one will be our runner here. It's looking good. Bearish bias. Yeah, so there is an indicator on the chart. It is the indicator. With it on, it changes the colors of the candlesticks. Okay, we're looking good. We're short right now. This is sort of what we want. It's just dipping. I'm gonna trail it here. Just if it tags me, it tags me. This is a pretty big, pretty aggressive move down. So when you're trading with the indicator, our exit is really realistically going to be a balance candle, but we might just get a pop here and we might just get filled here. Because I didn't take the trade there, I'm going to give it a little bit more, see if we can push down to the 12s. Right now it's bleeding. The indicator is showcasing us bearish candles. So we are just going to remain in the short. All right, tag this out. We're up 50 bucks. Not too shabby. Now let's go ahead and look at the 5-minute here. And the 5-minute is just, so market opened here in a balanced zone. And then now it is, weakness is coming in. Now the indicator is not predicting anything, it is just showing you what momentum is at all times. So we're up $50 on the day here. I guess in today's session was 70% win ratio. I was trading at work, so. But we did all this with the indicator. It showcases basically it shows momentum on a candle to candle basis. So let's go ahead and look at the 1 minute here. Notice here that this candle is now orange, showing that this bearish momentum just died out. If we zoom in on the 30-second, we can start to see, okay, we had this bearish momentum, and now we're kind of stalling out. And if we keep zooming in, we can start to see the exact bottom with the indicator, which was right here on this balanced candle. And then once that happened, we kind of just went into this little bit of a rally here, and now we're just consolidating. So the indicator, you can kind of like narrow your time frames to kind of see like the exact price action. So it starts to like line up with like, okay, this orange candle here was the bottom. These orange and red candles here was this push down, and so on and so forth. So right now we're in consolidation. We don't really have anything going on. Alright, we're just going to get back in short here. We'll put our stops here at like the 38s. Target somewhere down here. Might have jumped the gun a little bit on the short, but I saw this candle was dipping down here with it had bearish momentum on it, so. We might get stopped out here. I jumped the gun a little bit. This candle was bearish for a moment, and I thought that was gonna just be our ticket down, but we are just kind of chilling. We can actually see, yeah, this is why I got short. I got short because of this, but now we're just kind of chilling. Now, should I be out of my short? That's the real question. Technically, our main core momentum is down. Go to the 5-minute here and look at that. Bearish, bearish. Now we're kind of consolidating a little bit. Unfortunately, it's just balanced around. I feel like I'm just going to have to close this position here. It is, we're not weak, we're not strong, we're just kind of chilling. So right now we're just consolidating. Might be flipping bearish here, maybe, but it's kind of hard to say. The indicator does all the thinking pretty much for me, so whatever it says is kind of what I'm going to be doing. And right now it says we're balanced, so we have no edge. Let's look at ES here. Again, consolidation here. Let's look at gold. Gold is also consolidating. How about oil? Consolidating. So the whole market is just kind of consolidating, except Bitcoin. Bitcoin is tanking. You can see the entire Bitcoin dump. Bearish candle, bearish candle. Just no strength, no green candle, nothing, and then just cascading. Right? The indicator should at some point, it'll generate a bias for us based on the metrics it's looking at. So we're up $4 on the session. Look at that. Took some wins, took some losses. I jumped a trade on one of them. I tried to get short right here. It was bearish for a moment, but it failed to do anything. Okay, now we're starting to be bullish here. What we want to see is we want to see it hold probably, well, we want it to have a bullish candle here. I actually think that I would get long above 37s if this is going to be bullish, and then do something like that. 37s, we would be in a bullish momentum, so I would get in with it, with the market. Okay, so tag me in. Let's see if we get some bullish pressure. What I would like is obviously a bullish candle to form, but we're just not. We have been consolidating since 521. Okay, here we go. We're getting green candles again. We're currently long for now. We got long because of this bullish candle here, but it is struggling. The market is not really moving. Yeah, we had bullish candle on the ES as well. And our trade, we got in at the 37s, pretty much like right up here. So the indicator is on the screen. Without the indicator, you would just be seeing this, but with the indicator, you see this. These orange candles are consolidation, and green candles are bullish. These are bearish. And right now I'm long because the indicator told me that, hey, right here I'm seeing some bullish momentum. So I'm like, okay, perfect, let's get long. Right now we're in a long, but the market is, it might be, we're kind of choppy right now, but we are getting some decent legs. It's looking pretty good. We're still bullish here. But I don't really know if we're in a trendy market or not. To help us out, we can go to like the 5-minute here to kind of get an idea. And the 5-minute is currently balanced, so we're kind of in this overall choppy zone up after this move higher here. Even the 15-minute is probably going to be, yeah, we're just choppy. Like, let's go to the hourly. Yeah, we're extremely choppy. We've been pretty much choppy all day long. Let's go back down to like the 2-minute here. It's looking pretty good. Still in the long here. Let's look at ES. Let's see what ES is doing. ES is also pushing bullish here. We have pretty much 3 bullish candles here. 3 minutes of bullish pressure, which is significant. And we're starting to see this orange candle, so we're starting to fizzle out. So we're going to just, because I don't know if this thing could just pop straight lower here. Okay, it's holding. we're just going to take it right there. The reason we're exiting is because of this orange candle here. We had momentum and now we don't have momentum, so there is no reason for us to stay long because of this candle. And if we zoom in here on, like, I don't know, the 15-second chart, we can start to see what we're seeing on the 1 minute chart is bullish, 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 and now we're not bullish anymore, at least for the time being. We can get back long, maybe above the 50s, 52s, if that's how we're going to play. But right now, it's just consolidating. So we go back to the 1 minute. We can see this consolidation candle. So we got out of the long. And if we would have stayed long, we'd probably be break even, I think, at the 37s or whatever. So overall, we're up $30 for the night. Okay, so the indicator was fantastic. It got me out here at the 47s, 46s, and now we've drifted 10 points lower. So with the indicator, I was able to maximize my profits on whatever this move was. Hindsight, I should have closed at the 50s, but I think I closed at like the 45s or whatever, 46s. I don't even remember. But now we're drifting here. This is not a short moment yet. We're kind of just in this consolidation zone. We might, you know, do something like this and then get a leg down. Gold is doing similar things. It's consolidating. Again, we're only looking at the 1 minute, so a lot happens in 1 minute candles. If we go to like the 5 minute, like we were just on, we are consolidating. If you want to learn more about the indicator, theIndicatorAlgo.com. I'll give us some free trials if anyone wants to give it a try. It's pretty easy to turn on. There's no settings really to adjust. It just has sensitivity and a mode. And right now we're kind of chilling. We're trying to print bearish here. So good thing we're not long. So I have no idea what the market's going to do, but the indicator is going to help you tell you what momentum is doing at all times. It got me out of my long here, and now it's telling me that we're showing some weakness here. I'm going to take this short here. 2 contracts. We're going to game for the lows. And something like this. The reason I'm short is we have this bearish momentum existing. Now, if you're a trend line trader or whatever, you could see that we're breaking a trend line. There's tons of other metrics you can turn on, but normally I just trade bias candles. Now, what the market will like to do is it'll like to trick people and, hey, we're weak, but it'll just flatline and then consolidate. If it does that, we're gonna get out. Otherwise, we're probably gonna just stay in the short 20s, maybe even 10s. But again, it might do that thing that I just said, that it was gonna pretend to be weak and then just kind of consolidate. And then remember, the output of these candles are not related to regular price action. These candles tell you one thing: what momentum is doing. That is what it does. Okay, it's maybe starting to do that thing that I said it might do. I want to remove some risk here because we're in this pretty awkward situation where we are showing weakness, but we're not really going down right now. Markets are moving pretty slow tonight, which I guess makes sense. I mean, we had this massive move up today, so, well, yesterday, and then this kind of choppy day. Okay, it's looking better. We're starting to keep holding our bearish candles here, so. But if you notice, we're not getting any follow through, so we're starting to show these balanced candles here mixed in. Okay, market is doing some fun stuff. So this type of situation can be tricky. We are seeing, you know, weakness, but it's not. I mean, we've only gone down like 6 points from when it said we're going to be weak. So very slow markets right now. We're 47 minutes in and we haven't even moved 50 points. We're pretty much near open. But we are bearish, so we're short. Pretty simple. Don't really need to do anything more complicated than that. I wonder if I could do like this. Oh God. Oh boy, this is a mess. It's fine. We'll just look at this. Or wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, wait a minute. Hold on. I can let me see if I can. There we go. Now we can watch the trades live. Sort of. So 2 contracts short here. Okay, perfect. Well, I mean, as perfect as the market is you know, doing its thing. It's starting to do kind of what I anticipated it could maybe do because of this action here. So looks like more consolidation. Because it's consolidating, I really don't want to risk anything extra. The consolidation comes from these orange candles. They basically tell me that there's no momentum happening. Very slow. Very slow. Is anything even moving? Okay, gold is kind of moving. It's showing this bullish pressure, a little bit of consolidation, and it's trying to do a breakout here. We could put on a little hypothetical, because this is probably what it wants to do here. Something like this. Yes, I mean NQ is just kind of chilling. We're just consolidating. Oil is consolidating. If you go to like the 15-minute, we have this little bit of, basically all day long we've been kind of bullish, consolidation, bullish. So price is trying to recover a little bit. Let's go to the 1 hour on oil. Yeah, look at this. So what's really cool is this massive dump that we had right before it. We had this balanced consolidation. We can kind of like the indicator kind of like pre-saw the move happening up there before the dump. Let's go to the 5-minute and look at that. I'm actually kind of curious here. What did the indicator tell us? Wow, yeah. Showed us like some real weakness right here. That was the exit. Let's go back to NQ, our trade. Right now on the 5-minute we're balanced, so we have no true momentum right now. We're just kind of chopping around. So the trades could take a while, or not take a while. We could just be chopping around here for another hour. What I don't want to see is a green candle. That's why my stop is at 37s. So right now we have the indicator on. There is pretty much, okay, so yeah, notice here, getting this bullish pressure here. So I got short because we had this bearish momentum and we were just drifting, and then we went into consolidation here, and now it's either market's going to just kind of chop right here and then dip back down, or it's going to hold and push. And if it holds and push, I'm going to get out. Otherwise, I might stay in. So if we lose this trade, it's fine, because notice here we had this bearish momentum and just no follow through. We moved a total of 6-7 points. Notice here, even after this little move here, it's attempting to go back to orange. So overall, I have no bias on the market. We're kind of very choppy, like overall in the session, like right now. We're in this, look at it, look how extremely, yeah, just balanced. Okay, so the market is potentially attempting to like trap. Notice here we have some bullish momentum with just no follow through, so it seems to be choppy. Now, if this was gonna push, it would be just pushing, right? But it's not. Technically, we should have maybe gotten out here on this green candle, but we have our stop. Overall on the account for I guess today, yeah, today we're at 68% win ratio. We're up $660 on the account, so we're looking pretty okay. This is a funded account, or it's at a live account right now. Okay, it's looking good. We're kind of getting this again. We're in extreme chop right now. Notice here, bearish, balanced, bullish, but we're not moving anywhere. So 6 o'clock, we might get something. And odds are we're just gonna tap my stop here and do some weird thing. Who knows? It would be nice to have some liquidity, or some sort of something. We're just kind of consolidating. Pretty much since 521, we've been very small moves. We had this little move here, 18 points. That was the significant move. Well, it's right at 6 o'clock, so, or 7 o'clock, depending on East Coast or Central Time. And even now, when the hours start, we're just getting nothing. So again, keep in mind, orange candles are just consolidation. Green is bullish, red is bearish. Without the indicator on the screen, this is what you would be seeing. With the indicator, you get to see momentum. Without the indicator, you see price action. They are completely different. I don't even know how you would trade with this anymore. To be honest, I'd trade with momentum. Now, notice here we get this little spike down. We're showing this orange candle. So it was trying to be bullish, and now it's not. Again, the market's not really primed for anything, right? The only reason I'm short is because of this bearish momentum here, and my stop has just kept me in the trade. So I'm not short because of these green candles or anything. I'm just kind of chilling. Now, what we'd want is we want to probably spike below this like 25 area, and then print a bearish candle to show that we have some sellers in the market, but right now we have nothing. Now the indicator works on any time frame. right now we're just on the 1 minute, but you can go to the 15-second. I don't know how people could trade like the 15-second or even a 5-second chart. It looks just chaotic. You get to see every little micro move. So again, we're not bearish right now. I'm assuming it's going to flip bearish here in a little bit if we start to hold under the 25s here. There it goes, flipping bearish now. Now, this could be kind of like what happened before, is we kind of grabbed this liquidity at the 34s. Now we might just be grabbing this liquidity to go back into chop. So this is still not how I want to see, like expansion down here at the 20s. Yeah, even on the 2 minute, we're just consolidating. We just don't have any momentum. None. Is ES moving? Nope. Is gold moving? Nope. Okay, this is an interesting one. So I just put on a hypothetical trade a little while ago. I was curious to see if this bullish momentum would hold, and it didn't. So, and you can notice here that the actual exit for this trade would have been right here, somewhere right in the 40s here. So realistically, this trade would have closed, if I was actually looking at the screen, somewhere down there. We would have risked like a little bit. Let's go back to our NQ again. Consolidation. Now, if you want to get the indicator, you can go to theindicatoralgo.com. If you send me a message here saying you want to try it out, I'll give it to you for free for, I don't know, what, 2 months? I don't care. However long you want it. However long you want it for free. Okay, again, bearish momentum with nothing, no consolidate, no follow through, just consolidation. And it's going to tag me out. There it goes. Okay, so let's go over what's happening here. Massive bullish candle, but why? The flip happened somewhere, but where and why? Okay, notice here, right here, that flip, we went straight to bullish, and then yeah, we just ripped. So, and I'm not on the 5-second chart. I'm sorry, I can't be on there. I can't see every trade, but technically the indicator saw the move happening way before I even got stopped out. I got stopped out at the 40s. The indicator said I should probably get out at the 30s here. So now we at least have some sort of movement, so we can consider maybe going long here because of this bullish impulse. Notice here we're getting, it's starting to push back down. I'll get long here if we get above the 48s. I'll take, I'll do something like this. Now, technically I could get long right now, but because we've been consolidating for most of the set for, I mean, you can count consolidation as like from here 25-30 minutes of just nothing. This first move out of that consolidation could just be a trap. So I'm kind of playing it a little cautiously. Now, copy trading doesn't work on the TradingView Trade of 8 system that they have here, so you have to, I have to go to Trade of 8 to actually put on my trades. We're break even for the session. I mean, it makes sense. We haven't really done anything, and anytime we do, it's literally these one candle with nothing, or, you know, I guess this one had two nice couple good candles here, but notice here that we're still kind of holding. So what the indicator is doing is it's looking at 50 other indicators, and essentially I'm getting the data from 50 indicators from these candles. And right now it's orange, so that means that, well, that bullish impulse is already fading, so I don't even want to be long right now. Again, this is that situation where, again, we had this consolidation, massive rip through, just completely random, and we haven't really had any follow through. So now if we consolidate a little bit here of maybe a couple orange candles and then we flip back to green, that would be pretty good, I think. But I actually don't think, if we can't hold a bullish bias, then we don't want to be long. Does that mean we get short? Probably not. We're not really, I don't see any red candles, so I'm not going to get short. So that's kind of how the indicator works. The indicator itself is it's basically just it's information gathering, so it's not trying to predict where the market's going, it's just telling you what it's doing right now. Notice here it flickered green for like a second and then complete stall, so So I've been trading for about an hour and we've had nothing really significant. I just love that. Okay, notice here the market is attempting to hold and go back bullish, so I'm considering going long now. Yeah, we're gonna get long. We're gonna take 3 contracts long here. Now the market is not very aggressive, so I don't think we're gonna get many points if we even do. Again, we got long because for a little bit of time this was bullish, and as you can see, we're not bullish anymore. So pretty unfortunate that momentum is trying to go long and then just can't. Now if we go into the 5-second chart, we can kind of see that. Here we go. Oh, I want to go long, bullish, bullish, and then just boom, complete failure. So this is some very challenging price action. The market right now is pretty much doing the equivalent of like, hold my beer, I'm gonna just do random things, right? What I say by that is we were bullish, we had this other candle attempt at bullish print, and then just massive decline. Well, I mean, 10 points. But yeah. The market is trying to grab orders somewhere. So, and the orders could be here. It could have been, this could have been the orders. But we're not bearish, so there's no reason to get short or get out of our short or long. So, no reason to get out of our long. So we're just going to stay long. And because the market is pretty mid at best, we're not looking for many points. Well, the market is attempting bullish, but it's not getting any follow through. So again, that's sort of expected in this kind of market where we kind of get a random candle and then just nothing. And that's pretty standard for this type of session. ES is kind of holding as well. That looks good. If ES is holding here. $7. Break even. Pretty standard. No momentum, just kind of bullish momentum and then just complete stall. I mean, we don't even get any sort of movement here. Now we're starting to print bearish here, so I'm no longer really interested in longs if we don't hold here. Man, this is just pretty challenging price action, to be honest. Well, we're down $60 now. This is pretty weak. This is some pretty weak price action. So if it was actually going to be bullish, it should have already done that. See if the market's just going to keep playing games, though. The perfect game would be, oh yeah, bearish momentum, and then just rip it straight back up to the 50s. In which case, that's going to be our exit. Let's see what happens. We were bullish, was long, got chopped, got stopped out. Now we're bearish. So the market is kind of pretty choppy today. We're finally getting some movement now, maybe. Yeah, movement right back up to my entry. Market's kind of just chilling. It's just in this balance zone with these orange candles here. Two-minute is bearish, so that's good for us. It's a little bit harder for the 2-minute to show bias versus the 1 minute. We are at $70 down. It's almost 6:30, so another 30 minutes and that'll probably be the end of trading for the day. It's been an hour and 25 minutes and the market has pretty much gone nowhere. All it's doing is these impulses with reversals, and they're not very large impulses either. They're 15-20 points. And again, here's that impulse, do nothing, and then just go up, maybe. I mean, maybe. And again, there's reasons for staying short are declining the longer we sit here and chop. Unfortunately, the market is not moving tonight, so might have to just take our little loss and then come back tomorrow morning. Now, we're not doing anything wrong here. There is no momentum. We're just chopping around. this might be maybe the move down. We've kind of consolidated for, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 minutes. Is that enough for us to flag down or something? You know, you can do a little flag or something in your mind, but it doesn't really matter what you do. But I need to really get below 30s and like hold. But I don't think it's really hard to say because we're just not doing anything, right? We don't have any momentum. Shopping around. Ideally, you want to see not this. Well, a little bit of a cascade here. A little bit of something. Is it anything useful? Is it enough for me to go yeehaw? No, not really. It's 5 points. I like how 5 points is like, oh wow, look at that, we're moving. No, we're not really moving at all, right? So, yeah, it's a pretty complicated market. We were attempting a push down and then just right back up. So, and we could see that momentum here with decaying with these orange balanced candles. Well, maybe something will happen here. It's bearish for a moment.